Hey, good morning everybody. This is Jimmy Littlejohn with North Florida Real Estate Partners. I'm the broker owner. Got Matt here, one of my lending partners, out at Inwood Circle today. We are doing a distressed property talk. I actually grew up in this neighborhood, so it was really nice. The first step we're going to do is check out how we find these properties first of all, and then how to buy them. So let's talk about step one, finding those properties. How do we do that? First of all, you can drive around neighborhoods. You can see the little notices on the door. Sometimes there's some orange notices, some code violations, stuff like that.
Like say driving down the street, I don't notice any signs in the windows, and maybe the neighbor's just really poorly at keeping up on their yard. What other ways can you find?
Right, so there's a couple different ways. Number one, you can always engage an agent. Agents are always helpful in the process, but I can tell you there's a lot of difficulty sometimes getting those through an agent, so they're not always going to want to help you because there's a lot of work and not that much reward. So the other ways you can do is you can go online, you can go on Zillow, you can go on some of the other websites, they'll list them as foreclosures. Now you're going to find your REOs, but you're not necessarily going to find your distressed properties. So you can go to the county tax records, find some properties that have notices of lis pendens or some other defaults.
All right, so let's just say I'm driving down the street and I find a potential property that think that is distressed and could be a possibility for me to purchase. Like how do I figure out if it's a property that's available?
Partially that's already been answered with the research piece of it, but a lot of times you'll have to actually go knock on their door, or you can, with the notice of lis pendens, for example, they've already been served a notice from the courts that they're going to have a foreclosure. So we need to try to see if they want to redeem the property or if they want to maybe sell the property, and sometimes you can pick those up for a good deal.
All right, so Jimmy, let's just say I've identified the property and now I've done my research and I know that it's owned by the bank. The bank, it's been foreclosed on, whatever the case may be. How do I get in touch with them? How do I make them an offer? What do I do next?
Okay, so first of all, you have to find out if it's something that they're actually listing for sale or if it's something they're going to do some work on and then put it back on the market. Sometimes they go through, the process with HomePath or HomeSteps, depending on if it's a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac property. Sometimes it's a private property where it's a portfolio loan. So what we would do is we would contact their loss mitigation department, get in touch with one of their negotiators. Again, this is a process that usually the normal people don't do. This is where an agent would get involved because we're very familiar with the process. And then we would start from there and see what they want to do.
So again, we got the property, did the research, got in touch with the bank, figured out that they do want to sell that property. How do I go about making them an offer?
So now that we know that the bank is ready to sell this property, we're going to get in touch with them. We're going to make them an offer. Now we have to formulate that offer based on comparables, based on work that's needed, stuff like that. We are going to teach a class on how to buy distressed properties. So, more than happy to tell you a little more once we get to that. But again, that's going to be coming up soon. So look out for the invite on Facebook. Okay, Matt, so now that we have walked around the house, we've performed our due diligence, we've brought our crew in, we know that we need $50,000 in repairs. How are we going to get this if we don't have cash? Most of the time people require cash for this. So is there some financing options that we can go with?
Absolutely. There are mortgage programs out there specifically for this reason, and they're called renovation loans. They're FHA renovation loans and they're conventional renovation loans. So basically what you're doing is you're financing the repairs into the home. And I guess the biggest part is with determining the repairs that need to be done, you want to make sure that the house appraises for those repairs. So you get an appraisal done pre-repairs, and then that way you know that the house would be able to turn the house and make some money.
Now, are we going to have any issues on a renovation loan about any subject to? So in the world where we're buying a turnkey home, you have a roof that needs to be repaired. The appraiser's going to say, hey, I need to repair that roof before closing so I can get the value. So are you saying that on the renovation loans they don't do that?
Well, that is, the renovation loans are pretty much all subject to. You are submitting to the appraiser the repairs you're going to do to the property. And of course that's with the budget that you and your crew and your team has determined. So you tell them the repairs that you're going to do. The appraiser looks at the property, determines, all right, this is going to have a new roof, it's going to have new flooring, it's going to have new plumbing, electrical, all that stuff. And when that's all done, with the comparables in the neighborhood, I'll tell you this is what the house would be worth. And that's the way we finance the repairs. So we'll be going over more of the financing details about all the great programs that are out there and how exactly they work at our distressed investment property event that we're holding. The link will be added to this video, so definitely check that out.
And the other thing we'll talk about there is how to do auction bids and stuff like that from the county website and what's required for that, because there is some minimum required documents. We hope to see you there.